Love is Blind, Season 8, Episodes 7 through 9. Okay. Welcome to my casual channel where we talk anything casual or monumental as it relates to life and life's events. Today we are talking about a casual TV show called Love is Blind. Um, Before we get into discussing everything that stood out to me about episodes 7 through 9, I do have some questions for the comments that I took along the way of watching. By the way, I woke up at like 3 a.m. just to do this. Some people have Netflix like send them the episodes. I am not at that level, so I literally just have to be up and record. So if you could give me a like, seriously, because I'm tired and I have a 9 to 5. So not to guilt trip you, but if you could just interact a little bit, it would make me feel like life is kind of worth living a little more. Anyway. Okay, how are we feeling about this season? I know the first couple episodes were boring, right? Like I tried not to emphasize that too much because I really am just grateful to be able to talk about this show and that people want to like watch it and talk about it in like look at recap videos. But you just cannot deny this season is lacking the flavor, the spice, the drama of what past seasons had. Like last season was a wild and toxic. But at the same time I kind of feel like a lot of people are tired of the drama and the toxicity and they're like it's just stupid and then people get into scandals and oh my god. But then now we've overcorrected and now there's just regular people with like minimal drama in the Midwest of all the most boring places. Anyway, let me know how you're feeling about this season. Although I'm like bored of it and I did fall asleep in the first couple episodes, I do find a lot of things interesting about these sets of episodes. Okay. Um Another question. Is Dave overly concerned with his sister's opinion or is he just family focused? Like is he I kind of feel like it's a little obsessive, but I feel like I can see where somebody's like, but I care about my sister's opinion. I care about like my family, you know? Mm. How are we feeling about the Taylor slash Daniel thing? Like, do you believe Daniel? And then also, how are we feeling about like the thing that was brought up in the later episodes of divorce is not an option because nobody in my family gets divorced? How do we feel about that? I kind of feel like divorce should always be an option. Like, you don't know at any like just at any moment anything could just change, you know what I mean? Like there are a lot of people in abusive relationships thinking a divorce is not an option, that they need to consider that option. Anyway, um there's so many questions that I have and I need to just get into it before I just before the questions just reveal my whole entire thoughts on this recap. Okay, so we start off with Daniel and Taylor in their conference. Why did I overcorrect and say Daniel or Taylor? Daniel first. What the hell? Ugh, FTP, am I right? Anyway, Daniel and Taylor in their confrontation, he is reassuring her, but also kind of not. You know, he's kind of being like, I don't think that I followed you. I don't. It's a possibility, but I don't think it happened to me. It's possible, but it's when you're like, ooh, dude, no, it's just so uncomfortable, dude. I would hate to be a producer in that scene. I'd just be like, I can't. God. Someone said in like a recap, I think it was Dear Shandy podcast, that like Taylor wouldn't care if Alex was hot. I think so too. Like if Taylor's perfect type were to be on the show, she would be like, "Oh my god!" And I think he followed me before this, and then unfollowed me, and now we're seeing each. I think maybe that would have been it, but he came out 5'8", maybe not like what she was dreaming of, and she was like, I think I've seen him before. Do you agree with that? Let me know. A producer offers her the phone, and we're like, oh no, she's definitely gonna find something. Like she's so convinced of this, and then also the way that she left it off. After thinking back to the past episodes, it's like hard not to like view this as fact. It sucks because she really anyway. Before I get into like the fact she take to their relationship, let me get into this. So like before they're waiting, or before they're looking, they're just kind of waiting, and she's like, "I'm sorry, is there Wi-Fi?" Bueller, from fucking Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's like a joke. That like your teacher has definitely used on you at one point in your life. Oh my god. Talk about uncomfortable, like trying to soothe the situation with humor when it's like, I don't know if you were stalking me or not. Bueller. Oh, I feel uncomfortable. Is that just me? Because I swear, dude, like, it's like, because it's like that moment when like somebody you don't like makes you laugh. It's like, I really with all my heart don't want to laugh at this moment because I hate this situation. Okay. You definitely expect his name to pop up, and the fact that it doesn't I feel embarrassed for Taylor, but at the same time, the fact that she brought up this hunch and it was convincing makes me feel like it still is possible. And I feel bad also for Alex because you kind of put him into this role of, well, he is 5'8". He has had difficulty with women. He probably like peeped on her and then like it's so sad, dude. Anyway, so we're going into the like recap of the show. 5 couples get engaged. They go to Honduras. Honduras. I say that because my husband's half Honduran. They're in Honduras. Everybody says Honduras. Just kidding. Literally, my husband will be like Honduras. Um. So then, of course, Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey. Why did I say both of their names separately? What the hell? I'm gonna delete this episode. This video. Oh my god, I'm tired. Anyway, um, the Lachey's start off with the whole, will their race, lifestyle, or whatever the heck get in the family, get in the way of their love? No one is race mixing. Nobody is dating outside their race. So I don't know why we have to include, will their race, lifestyle. I know they have to say it like it's a thing that the show says, but it's like, this is Minnesota. Everybody been inbreeding. Like, I don't know. Anyway, there's like literally no reason. Dave and Lauren have this silly little like bikini wax vacation about how no sex is allowed. I say sex quietly on YouTube because I'm scared. No sex. YouTube, deal with it. Anyway, um, about how no sex is allowed, and you almost wonder, like, Lauren, did you do that on purpose? Did you do that on purpose? I have a feeling it's not your first ever time getting a bikini wax because that was not like specified. And then also the way that those conversations are going, it just seems interesting. Okay. I would do it. I'd be like, sorry, I'm gonna make bikini wax. I'm never allowed to have sex ever again. Cause you look like somebody's uncle. You thought you were hot and you look like somebody's uncle. I swear, dude. Anyway, then we have Taylor and Daniel. Um, yeah, I genuinely feel like they've been tainted by their past drama, and I was thinking that whenever they were meeting the families, I was like, Taylor is not gonna bring up this embarrassing little thing that she thought of, and she's gonna have to at some point. And then the mom is gonna hate him. The mom is gonna hate him. Be like, well, I mean, I trust my daughter's intuition, so I don't know, dude. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, I wrote down that Taylor doesn't want to be with him, and that she'll think of a reason to break it off. Personally, that's my own personal thoughts. That I'm personally, dude. Um, I really felt like Taylor was just not excited about the reveal, and that as much as she didn't find anything, she probably wanted to find something. Like, let's be so serious. Because, like, she's not right? But then the last couple episodes make me kind of think, maybe she does. I don't know. Does Taylor actually want to be with Daniel? Somebody please comment and let me know. um there's also something that happens where like they're just chilling and talking at the hotel room, and Daniel goes to pee and she's like, do you want to like run the water? Pee? It's just pee. It's not pooping. I hate the word poop. Oh my god. It's just like peeing. I know people are pee shy, but it's also like, grow up. If you're pee shy, grow up. grow up. And then after that, she's like, ew, wash your hands. Yeah, why do men not wash their hands after peeing? Because you don't touch anything. I don't give a damn. I don't think. I don't think I give a damn. Especially because it's like, if you're not washing your hands, like after you use the bathroom, when are you washing your hands? Corona started with a man. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure of it. Um, mm, I don't like the things that we just have allowed men to be like, oh yeah, I don't wear my hand because I don't touch. Ew. Anyway, we can go to Joey and Monica. Um, I just love Joey and Monica so much, just because they're every time they're on screen, it doesn't feel like, I feel like even with what's her name? Eh, what the heck is that name of the black couple that was like in the earlier seasons that like everybody was just like, you're boring and we love you, but you're also boring. We don't really care to see you on screen because you're like gonna live a normal, regular, happy, boring life. I like them because they're like happy in a way that is also fun and joyous to watch, I think they just exude so much love and happiness and like positivity, not in like a fake way. There are people that do it in a fake way, but they feel legit. And I just love seeing them on screen like anytime. Uh yeah. And then every time I see David and Lauren, different. So like I want her to like pull him aside and then to give him the hard time and be like, "Hey, so I know that you like say that you're like super shallow and stuff and that you've dated a lot of like hot people and that like looks are such a priority for you, but I am just struggling. I am just really trying to understand where that came from because you look like someone's uncle." I just want her to be like, dude, where does that come from? We all have some version of dysmorphia and insecurities, but it seems like you think that you're a different person. it's, you think that you're from Ben's body or Joey's, and you're just Dave. I I don't get it, dude. Anyway, on that note, they talk about physical attraction, and Dave is like, I can tell that you really just picked me out of my heart, and I have been picky in the past. And like, there'll be some times where I'll be like interested in a girl, and I go to their profile, and then I'll be like, nope. It just also this also upsets me because I kind of feel like this really plays into the idea of like men can what's the word, like pull above their weight class, like most times, like on average, if an average or like even traditionally unattractive guy is or traditionally unattractive traditionally if somebody who's not conventionally attractive is with somebody who is traditionally attractive, um what the hell did I just say? If somebody who's ugly is with somebody who's hot, okay, it's typically a guy with a girl, because I feel like girls are just so used to like I don't know, being able to push past physical attraction because we're told about personality and like we're told to value those certain things. And if you are a girl who like cares about physical attraction, then you get to do so because you're like just that attractive. I don't know if this is making any sense, but like I talked about this in my Why I Hate Men video, which is interesting how many people are liking and how many people subscribed off of that video. Let me know if you subscribed off of that video. But I talk about how like it's really unfair that a lot of the behaviors that men have just been socially engineered into our society. That like I don't like that like ugly men just get to have beautiful women because we've just seen it. But ugly women are not pulling beautiful men on average. Like yeah, sure, there are traditionally unattractive women that are with more attractive men, but that's like 1 in 1,000 or 1 in like 1 million for real. Um, so Dave and Lauren's existence just makes me upset because he just is somebody's uncle and she's Barbie. I just, Anyway, so then we have sorry to go off on the tangent. So then we have Joey talking about his OCD and about how when he was diagnosed, he didn't want to be medicated and he kind of just wanted to, I guess is the word, go with holistic practices or just kind of overcome it with, can you overcome OCD with willpower? I don't know. The way that he is dealing with it is just not by being on medications, which is actually very interesting. I thought that we were going to see maybe, because in the preview they showed us that he was talking about his OCD and how he has to do things in numbers, and they showed that he, is kind of picking at his eye in 3. And I know that's actually very common for people with OCD is to do things in 3s. But it's interesting because the way that he talks about it is that it is a thing of the past and that is maybe overcome, but at the same time, can you, I've never been shown that you can overcome that. But it's just very interesting the way that he talks about it. I feel like we get a lot of things, wow, I feel like we get a lot of things wrong about OCD until somebody about OCD actually talks about it for real, because a lot of the notions about OCD have just been left up to like social like commentary, the things that we know of like on TV. I feel the same exact way about adoption. Is like people only know about adoption from like stories of fiction, and then you talk to somebody who's adopted and it, anyway, okay. So Dave is kind of caught up on, I can't believe this is the first note that I'm making about this. Dave is caught up on Lauren's exes as he knows 2 of them. And I wrote them that I felt like it was a little weird how he was talking about it, cuz it is. It's a little bit weird because he's like, well, my friends know about some of your exes, and it's like weird because it's like it also is Minneapolis. Everybody else is proclaiming, everybody else has talked about the fact that Minneapolis is like a smaller place. It is the Midwest. It like, it's not that shocking that you would know somebody who dated somebody that you're talking to, like. But the first time he brings it up, it's like this issue. So then we go into episode 8. I'll get more into that later because it gets, of course, blown out to a whole thing. So everyone meets, and because they all look like different versions of each other, there's no shock, there's no drama, there's nothing. Like the most spicy thing that I feel like I caught that related to a later episode is just that uh basically Monica was like, yeah, Ben is like somebody who I'd go for, but I chose Joey. And that was like it. That was like it. And it was also very interesting because Monica's sister later is like, you typically go for like a 6'5" Italian like god. And although Ben is just like a Midwestern whatever person, I kind of feel like because the sister kind of affirmed something similar, I was like, maybe she was a little bit more tempted than she let on. I don't know. Not to say that Ben is like looking like an Italian god, but just to say that he looks a little bit more traditional as to like what that view is, as opposed to Joey, who looks like a Paul Bunyan king. I love Joey though, I do. Anyway, Dave pokes around and is asking everyone, so are you having sex yet? You having sex yet? You having sex yet? Ew, whoa, dude. Like, is it a competition thing? It must be a competition thing, because it's also like, why are we gathering this data? As much as everyone is curious about that, and sure, if you have the boldness to just ask whatever you're gonna ask, and some people are like, you know what, it's good on you for asking, because I was curious too. I think it's weird because that would make me so uncomfortable. That would make me so uncomfortable. Um, and I just kind of feel like it's also hard because as much as I don't like Dave, he is the most entertaining person on the show. Like, he's giving the most. And it's so weird that the person who is the most disliked um is also like the cringiest, but it's also just the entertainment value. He is. Um so then out of the blue, Lauren asks, like after everybody stops meeting up, which like nothing happens from that, which is annoying, but whatever, you can't force things. Lauren asks, have you ever ghosted somebody? And he's like, yeah. Yeah, I've never not ghosted somebody. He seems like the type to he just seems like the type from everything that he says, right? They talk like first calls about who you're gonna call first. He was like, well, my sister. My sister. Oh, him and his sister, dude. I don't know. Going back to like do you think that the sister relationship is overprotective, or do you think that okay, I asked in the beginning of the video, what do you think about the sister relationship? I personally think it's like a little overbearing and weird. I think it's like a little overbearing and weird. Some people I think are going to look at it as more normal, like it's a family dynamic. I When your sister is being brought up to every conversation you have, that's weird to me. I'm listening. I'm open to listening to other people's opinions. I truly am, just because I don't have that dynamic. So it's not to say that like my dynamic is like golden, and I just want to see what other people are thinking about this. Um, he also mentions that he's 32, which I completely forgot. And in that moment, like for some reason, I feel like I caught on to like the work that he's had done. Like I feel like I see there's like evidence of Botox, and I just was like, you're an old 32. Like you're an old like you. He looks like he could be 42. 100%. Like I feel like um no, let me not get too mean, because it is one thing to go after somebody's character and the things that they say, but it is another thing to go off people's looks and things they can't control. But I just am icked out by him, so it's really hard not to resist. Or it's really hard to resist. Okay. Joey and Monica. Uh Joey and Monica are kind of just chilling in their little shared apartment. They like all go into their little shared apartments. And Monica talks finding a spider in her laundry. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you imagine? I would freak out. Dude, I'd freak out. I'd rewash it. Oh god. Um, and then he's kind of like freaked out about it. He's like, was it really clean then? Was it really clean? Because if ugh, dude. And then they get onto the conversation about the communal socks that Monica has with her family. I would never. Um, Communal socks. But at the same time, I do kind of love that idea of a communal bin of like something having issues. I do love the idea of something being communal that is kind of quirky. But I think that's very do you guys do you share like communal things that like are typically not shared? I know some people are like much closer with their families and like view things as like open and like sharing. I feel like I feel like that's really common with like bigger families, even though she only has a sister. But like uh I feel like some people say like, "Oh, I have a big family, so we just like share everything," or like, "There was no privacy, so we don't care about boundaries." I feel like because I came from a family of 5 kids, I do not relate to that, and I overcorrected, and everything to me feels like I didn't like. I need a boundary. I need a closed door. Like I don't want to join in on like group activity things. So the idea of a communal thing is like kind of cute to me, but also kind of like that's so odd, dude. What? Anyway, why did I talk so much about communal socks for so long? How do Taylor and Daniel bring up Christmas in every single conversation? I know that there's always that one person to like be overly obsessed with Christmas, but this is like hit every like bringing the stocking to the freaking hotel in Honduras. What? What the heck? Sarah and Ben talk. I don't care about the conversations. When it comes to Sarah and Ben, I just stay out of it. I just stay out of it. Just kidding, but not really. No, they're just kind of boring. You know what I mean? They're just attractive people that just have these nothing filled conversations. Really. Then, so we're seeing a lot of places. Everyone lives in these like no personality ass homes. Everybody with their minimalism and like their apartments that all look the same. I only see personality when we go to like the parents' houses. Like, let's bring back personality into the home. Oh my god. Devin and Virginia talk finances. Responsible. How are we feeling about prenups? Honestly, I feel like yeah, and I can't even really have a full opinion on this just because my husband and I got married when we both had when we both had nothing. Like, so it's a little hard for me to be like, you know what, I think if I was older, because me and my husband got married at 22. Like, we're bringing nothing. If we signed a prenup, it'd be like, yeah, I get the $20 it's in your checking account as an older person. um and then if you're coming into something with somebody else that's like built a life, I personally respect the idea of a prenup because you're both coming into your shared life with your separate lives, and then it just makes separating much easier. I'm all about preparation of things that are not expected. So I think that's a good idea. But I think some people's I think I used to think like prenups, that's just you getting ready to leave. But I think it's like we're both adults here. Let's make sure that like we're taking every step that we can to make sure that we're being as responsible as possible, right? But it could also be an indicator of, maybe you are like prepping to leave. Mm, I don't know. I don't know. I want to talk to the people who set up a prenup but then didn't divorce. Like how they feel about that. Okay. So Dave catches up with Lauren talking about his sister. Dave seems so pressed about Lauren's ex, in a way that Lauren's not. And it is so weird because every time Dave brings it up, he's like, well, my friends were talking about how they know him. And like, it seems like he's just trying to get on TV. And Lauren's like, yeah, he's just trying to get on TV. We're just friends with benefits. It's not a thing. And then she starts getting frustrated and upset. And like, I 100% feel that frustration when somebody's like telling you something that like does not matter and they're making this deal out of it. And you're like, what is happening? Like, I don't care about this. Stop caring about this. Dave needs to stop caring about this. It's so annoying. Like, and that's why not and that's why I hate him. It's just obnoxious at this point to constantly just keep bringing this stuff up. Ew. Joey meets Monica's family, which is so cute. It's so cute. They all have like very um good energy. The mom is asking good questions. He's like giving it back, like showing personality. I love that. It's not awkward at all. They have a little fam jam thing going on. That's so cute. I want my family, my future family, to have those like good vibes because I hate whenever they do the family meet and it's just like the awkward, tough, like dad or mom, and it's always only like one. It's not both of them. It's like always the one person that's like really tough on the partner. um and it just feels like so ugh, and you're like, dude, can you please? I like people accepting people into the family and not being a hard ass about it. But then we find out that like Monica used to date her sister's boyfriend. Ooh, weird. um Also, we see the communal sock bin, which is like very interesting. It kind of seeing it almost humanized it a little to be like, they're just a family just sharing socks. Whatever. I don't know. Monica's sister, we need to talk about her. She seems skeptical. And it's hard. I literally, whenever they first started sitting down, I literally thought that was her mom. I literally thought that was her mom. Um, but then it was like mentioned that was like her sister being like, I'm 5 years older. I was like, what the hell? You're not the mother. Not to be mean, but also just like, I don't know. Um, she seems skeptical, but it's like understandable. Because like if my brother brought home somebody from Love is Blind and then was like, we're gonna get married, I'd be like, say no at the altar and just date. Please, like, just do that because it's like normal to be skeptical about this thing. It's crazy. The show is ridiculous. Like getting engaged and then being married. What? There is a lot of pressure for like somebody to come off likable or somebody to maybe not show all of their cards up front. But the way that the sister is reacting, she just seems like impossible to please, basically. And then also I think maybe the whole conversation about like, oh, Monica started dating my boyfriend, now he's my boyfriend. maybe that's also her thing because she said that because it was later revealed that no, she never liked any of Monica's boyfriends, which could be valid for her on her end, you know. We went into what's her name's mom hating her. Um, what the heck was her name? The girl who dated Ramses. We didn't like her, and she was like really hard, but she was also hard out of love. But I feel like the sister just seemed skeptical out of just I'm just gonna do this because I can, you know. Let me know if you agree or disagree. We meet Daniel's family. His mom is Gorgina. His mom is such a beauty queen. I so we also meet the blind sister. Netflix is gonna reach out and make the sister like a spokesperson or like invite the sister on the show or something. Just because I don't know, I feel like they're kind of playing that idea up of like, well, my sister's blind and this is Love is Blind. So it's kind of like I don't know. It feels a little interesting and weird. Like whenever we talk about things that are like my sister or like OCD, sometimes it can feel like um they're just leaning into like the corny aspect of it, but like I kind of wanted to see the real of like what it was to be blind or like what it was growing up as somebody who's like a sibling of somebody who's blind because I don't know any, like even the house, like what are the house accommodations? I just wanted to see. I want to see everything. I want to know. So Lauren, but that would not be the focus of the show. Like that would be so off topic. I'm just curious. We get back to Lauren and Dave. Um, he meets her friends at Soul Cycle, was it? Or one of those other cycle things. And he struggles. And he's like, I'm really athletic, but that was just really hard for me. I don't really like exercise classes because I don't like people telling me what to do. Ew, dude. That's like a lot of men. Men, and I saw a TikTok about this that was like, uh, men don't like workout classes because they don't find value in like community or something. And then people being like, well, I disagree. Come on. Come on. Um, anyway, so Dave he's struggling, but then after they all sit down and talk as the friends, and then of course he has to bring up the whole ex thing. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Like I can't even imagine being in Lauren's position because she went on the show just to find somebody and then had like a past situationship, and then all of a sudden this situationship is like being brought up in every conversation. Wow, I would go insane. And so basically the friends are being like, he's a weirdo, by the way. And he was just like a friends with benefits. So you don't have anything to worry about. Did you ever flirt with somebody at a bar? Like, why are you? I like the friends because they were trying to stand up for her. But I don't like that Dave like kept bringing it up because they were trying to reassure him and he was taking like none of it. He wasn't really listening to them, and I thought that was weird because he just seems like he's nitpicking this little thing. I mean, granted, the ex does seem like a weird person, uh so it is a little bit like, okay, well, that's me feel 100% comfortable, like I get that, but at the same time, stop placing so much emphasis on it when the girl who's in the situation is telling you to like relax. Like it's not, especially because he's like, well, my friends have a big opinion about this, so I'm nervous about their opinion, and the fact that they have an opinion is giving me an oh my god, dude, it could all be solved if they just meet her. And he said that, but he keeps railing into this stupid issue. Oh my god. So we have Devin and Virginia. Why? So we meet Devin's family. Why did I not suspect Devin being mixed? Like, why did I not? I don't know. I don't know, dude. It's nobody better comment like, because he doesn't look mixed. He looks like he's full black. I swear, don't comment that because that's obviously what I was thinking. But like, I thought it was very interesting going out into the house because it's also because typically mixed people will emphasize that fact and be like, well, my mom's white, um, and my dad's blah blah blah. So they really didn't care about like perception. They really like love each other for who they are. They don't care. I feel like that's always a thing. So that's also why I didn't expect him to be mixed. uh, Also, it's weird to like see Devin and Virginia, honestly, because I feel like especially with the one black couple, we typically know like a lot about them. Or even like an interracial couple. Like we typically know a lot about both parties, but we only really know about Devin. And even with Devin, like we only know the fact that, he was super into basketball. He had a hard moment, he got out of it, and he's like a good guy. But we don't know like deep things about Virginia and then him in present day, you know? Virginia, I don't know like anything about her except for the fact that she's a Park Center alum, and that she wore heels to school every single day. Like, why can't we get to know more about her? Like, we genuinely did we meet her family? I feel like we didn't even meet her family. Did we? I don't know. Like, why is there so little? Except for also she wants to be a millionaire. That's like interesting. Um, and the family opens up about the prenup concerns. Valid. I get it, but also like as adults, I don't know. I kind of feel like a prenup should be more socially acceptable, right? But I also get their concerns. It's understandable. I'm not fond of acknowledging Ben and Sarah, but yeah, I literally don't think I've talked about them once. Ben pulls his most diverse friends together. It's like, guys, listen, I might have told her I don't give a damn about black people, but I just need to show her that I have some friends that are like ethnic. Anyway, no, gay and ethnic. Let's get the lesbian friend. Let's get the Asian friend. Let's get the Hispanic. No, let me not be hard on Ben. Um, no, but he pulls his friends together, and it is kind of shocking because I feel like it almost was like, what is like I I don't know, like this probably put Sarah at ease, but then it also felt like this was not the group of people that we were expecting, was it not? But I don't know. Sometimes one thing is said about somebody and that like taints your whole entire image of them and vision of them. How are we feeling about Ben and like his little groups of friends and being like, well, this is a lesbian and he said my friends are that way. How also does the friend feel about being like referred to as that way? And you can't just be like, yeah, my friend's gay. Like literally, yeah, I don't know, feels weird. Also I love when her friend or his friend was like, it's not fair to say that Love is Blind when you guys are both like hot. And it's not. And it's not. And it's not fair that Love is Blind was in Minneapolis where everybody looks the same. Love is Blind. Love looks similar. That's what this season would should have been called. Love looks similar. Um so I'm also so tired of all of these family meetings that we're getting, and we're not getting Dave's sister. Like it's making me so mad because it's like, can we please just get to Dave's sister before the weddings, dude? Oh my god. We meet Taylor's parents. Um, Such a cold reception. Woo! Ugh, the mother feels left out because of the engagement. There are so many times where I feel like it's so understandable for these parents to be like, you know, I just want to watch my baby girl do blah blah blah. Like I just don't want to be left out of things. But then but like my realest, deepest feeling is like, honestly, it's valid for you to feel that, but also recognize that the person that yeah, that your child has like full autonomy and like they might make choices that you do not align with and like are left out of, and you just have to get over that. um I think as a parent I'm going to change my mind when I become a parent. I'm going to change my mind for sure, but especially because I'm like more of an autonomous, independent, introverted person. Like that's why I have that view, which is like, get over it, dude. But I understand why she feels that way, but I'm also like, ugh. Grow up because they've grown up. um anyway, so taylor said Taylor says that she's never felt more loved and safe with Daniel. And then both sets of parents meet. That's crazy. That was crazy. The mother seems like stingy, but then I feel like she grows more into the warmth of the situation. It even happens that like Daniel asks for their permission for being married, and then they say yes. Also, it's crazy because I feel like I have this feeling of being like, this is Love is Blind, this is ridiculous. Like, how the heck are you gonna ask for permission the day that you meet somebody. There is no way I would ever give my permission the day I meet you. Like, uh, but then also I'm like, no, just lean into this thing. It's just like for love. Like there have been some people that have had success in this. Just stop thinking. What? Okay. Lauren and Dave. Wow. I'm not even tired of talking about them because they're so spicy. But the friend meetup is about to happen and we like see, she's like, I'm so stressed about this. Like I really wanna she's just so, like eager to please. But then the whole stupid thing is being brought up about like Dave was like, I don't know if my friends want to come, like they don't want to stress you out or anything because like you had this whole boyfriend or whatever for the past like 2 months before we and you're like, stop talking, bro. Stop talking. Actually, no. I'm not tired of talking about Lauren and Dave. I'm tired of talking about this stupid situation about this ex without knowing further context because Dave just keeps bringing it up like it's the biggest deal in the world. Like it's the biggest deal in the world. Like he has like a secret child or something with like his with his lesbian. I was gonna like call back to like Tyler. It's like as if like she has this like secret child with like her gay friend who says that they like conceived who said that he didn't conceive naturally, but they didn't conceive naturally. It's like that. He's literally acting the way that what's her name should have acted from last season. You know, like what was her name? I don't know her name. Whatever. They're divorced now. Good riddance. Um, like he's just blowing this completely out of proportion and it's pissing me off. It's actually so upsetting because you can tell she just like wants to get over this. You can tell that she wants these people to be put at ease. And she's like, I'll do anything. And he's like, well, yeah, but that's not good enough. You'll do anything. You should have just like reversed time and then just not hooked up with them and then been single for 4 years like I was. Ew. Ew. Do you feel like similar to Dave? Let me know how you in the comments feel. It's Ben and Sarah's conversation. I knew something had to come out about this, right? Because they can't just be two beautiful people that just nothing comes up, especially with his stances on things. You can't just be this person that like all of a sudden is like rebranded into like having this diverse group of friends and like is all of a sudden like perfect. Of course, it happens after she's like, you're just like the perfect person. And then she's like, oh my god, look at this TikTok calling somebody out from Minneapolis. And he's like, I think that's talking about me. And you're like, of course it is. Oh my god, dude. And she's like, so then what like happened? And he's like, I don't even know. I don't even know. We went on a date, like one date, like 4 years ago. Like one. I don't even know why, but I ghosted her later. We do keep up like in the DMs, but like when she did I was it like when he called her when that was being called out, he blocked her, or did he block her previous? Either way, he's like, I blocked her though. Like we don't talk. I don't even know what happened. And she's like, if you don't even know what happened, why is she crying? And then he's like, like bitches be crazy. Like I don't know. And this is why it's so hard to just like trust a man because they'll literally downplay the most in your face thing that's like this girl is going on TikTok to talk about her experience with somebody and you're being like, yeah, I blocked her, but I don't really know why she's crying. I don't then watch the TikTok and then discuss line by line what's going on, you know? What the hell, dude? What? I am happy that it ended off on that note because I was wanting a little bit of spice from the most boring couple, Ben and Sarah. Um Sarah, you Fafo. Fafo. Like really. Anyway, that's all I have for all of my thoughts on episodes 7 through 9. Let me know what you thought. I've asked about a million times if you could please interact with this video in any way, shape, or form. I will be next week uploading a video. I woke up early to do this. I didn't do that last time. I pretty much put it up the next day, but I'm gonna try. My heart is to get these up the quickest that I can. Wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever time of day it is, I hope you have a valuable morning, afternoon, or night.